Hello again everyone and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary with EXO, and today I'm going to be bringing you a game between two very good players again. Two of my favorite players again. So I was really glad, by the way, to be offering you that game last time. Seems like I was the first one who cast it, if not the only one who cast it. I haven't really seen if anyone else cast that game. That White versus KXC game. Really great game. I hope you've watched it. If you haven't, then I do insist on this one because it's a really good game. It's up on my channel at youtube.com/EXOStarCraft, so go check that game out. And yeah, so well, they kind of spoiled the surprise. They won't really let me introduce them to you. So here they are: LiquidHuk spawning as the blue Protoss at the 6 o'clock position, and MTW Dimaga spawning as the red Zerg at the 12 o'clock position. Now, given the spawn locations, and since this is Metalopolis, we're probably going to see, unless any one of them is going to be very aggressive in the early game, we're probably going to see a macro game with both players probably taking their expansions, as the cross bases, the cross base distance is quite long. So yeah, looks like Dimaga is droning up. Probably gonna see a 15 hatch, 14 pull from Dimaga, and as for Huk, it's probably gonna be chrono boosting probes. There we go, indeed. So yeah, Huk, by the way, is one of my favorite players. I did say that because, well, lots of people have all sorts of biased opinions about Huk. Thing is, he likes to mess around a lot. Don't take him seriously. He's just one of those, he likes to troll around a lot. He's not really, he's just a character, basically. That's Huk. So yeah, but he is a very good player, by the way. I've been watching. If you do watch the streams, by the way, in general, you've probably seen Huk's stream in Korea when he's playing the Korean ladder, and he does play really well. Actually, the fact that he got knocked out of assembly by Sake was really surprising to me, but the thing is, PvP honestly is a very dicey matchup. So yeah, kudos to Sake though for doing that. He played really well. So yeah, anyway, but I think we'll be seeing more of Huk very soon in the bigger tournaments. Thing is, he did get that invite into Code A this season, so very soon we're going to see Huk in the GSL. And as for Dimaga, yeah, he's an Ukrainian player, just like White, one of the very best Zerg players in Europe, I think, rivaling Maro. I think he's better than Maro in my opinion. I'm not exactly sure, but I think at least he has a more solid gameplay than Maro. But actually, it looks like Dimaga didn't go for a fast hatch, even though, and there's a lot of chatting going on here. I'm not following the chat though, so I hope you guys are. And the thing is, Dimaga didn't go for a fast hatch, even though the positions are crossed. I guess he wants to be extra safe, given the fact that he's playing Huk and not just anyone. So there we go, hatch going down on 21. He just got the speed up first, the queen, and yeah, now he's going for the hatch a little bit later than that. Doesn't look like Huk is going for an expansion yet, though. He did get the double gas. This is interesting. And take a look at what's happening over here. There we go. The warp gate research is on the way. And Dimaga putting overlords and zerglings all over the place. He wants to have map control as much as he can, because Huk can try all sorts of gimmicky strats and stuff. Can do like proxy void rays, or you never know. I mean, I've seen Huk do stuff like plant stargates over here and then send the void ray straight to the Zerg base. And obviously, if you don't have any queens and if you don't scout that out, then you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So yeah, Dimaga wants to be extra careful. Looks like he's getting more Zerglings. Like, now, how many Zerglings does he have? 4 plus 10 on the way. That's gonna be 14. Huk getting some sentries out as well. He already has one. Looks like he's planted 2 additional gateways. Probably going to go into 3-gate expand. That's what is going to happen most likely, unless Dimaga, yep, looks like Dimaga is actually going to try something a little bit more aggressive over here. Got the second queen out as well. No lair yet, and just now putting the drones back onto the gas. But let's see how this attack is going to go over here for Dimaga. Thing is, there's 2 sentries over here and the zealot, so normally these links shouldn't be able to get inside Huk's base, but I mean, with the use of force fields. But still, let's see. He doesn't want to be doing this, and Dimaga is doing a great job by baiting him out. There we go, getting a nice surround. Oh, this is really, oh, he needs something. He needs to force field this ramp anyway. He should have just force fielded. Oh, great reflexes from Huk over here, planting down this pylon. Wow, great play over here from Huk, and canceling that pylon right now. Now looks like the pylon downstairs is gonna go down, but yeah, looks like this attack is gonna be handled just fine by Huk, although, well, he's warping in additional sentries here and a zealot. Nice force field, and these Lings are trying to mess around with Huk as much as they can, but looks like Huk is going to be just fine. And Dimaga, meantime, is has been droning up. He hasn't really sent additional Zergling reinforcements, so he's been making drones all this time. If you take a look at the income tab, 34 drones to 30 probes of Huk. So Dimaga is getting, let's see how many gases he's getting. So 2 more gases on the way. And there we go, Lair is on the way as well right now. Got a Roach Warren up in the meantime. No Roaches yet though, so probably Dimaga is going to just... oops, he does see this force right now, so let's see his reaction. There we go, 6 Roaches on the way. This is quite huge, by the way. A lot of force fields, and force fields are really great, but the thing is he doesn't have any stalkers, so force fields or not, Roaches can deal with Zealots and Sentries just fine. These Roaches will be out just in time. There are no sunken crawlers here whatsoever, not even one, so Dimaga is going to just rely on some Lings and Roaches for this attack, but I suspect he'll be just fine since there's Roaches. You know, can kite the Zealots around even though there's force fields, and the Sentries don't really do that much damage to Roaches. Now Huk did see those Roaches. I think he's going to be backing off because he knows he doesn't want to engage with Zealots and Sentries versus Roaches. So Huk doing the smart thing. I mean, if it was... I'm just going to be throwing this out there. If this was the latter game between, I don't know, 2 Diamond players or low Masters players or something like that, I'm obviously all the other previous the lower leagues get included in that as well, but they'd probably just attack into this with Sentries and Zealots, which is not really what you want to do. Now we see Dimaga going for a 3rd expansion over here. This is interesting. Great play from Dimaga, trying to macro up as much as he can, taking advantage of the spawn positions, being free to expand at the 3rd over here. And Hallucination on the way for Huk. That's pretty interesting. Also Roach Speed and Burrow on the way for Dimaga, so Dimaga is probably going to go for a more Roach heavy game. And so far that's a very good choice because Huk seems like he's insisting a lot. I'm not exactly sure what Huk is going to go for. He does have this Robo facility up right now. He does have 5 gates. Is he going to go for Immortals? He's probably going to go for Immortals. I'm not sure if he's going to be getting Immortals or Colossi because, well... It just depends. He will have to scout this out. He's getting this observer. He's probably going to scout with this. The rally point, though, surprisingly is set to here. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Does he have a forge, by the way? There we go, forge on the way. He's probably going to be laying down a cannon over here, just in case. You don't want to have Roaches just pop into your mineral line at this position. Probably why he rallied that observer over here, but looks like he's going to be moving. No, he's not going to be moving with that observer after all. There we go, 1 Immortal on the way. More Roaches for Dimaga in production as well. And Hydralisk then has been planted down over here. Where's the Hydralisk then? That's an Evo chamber. But I saw a Hydra then. Oh, here it is, behind the Overlords. Silly me. So, yeah, here we go. Huk is scouting with this hallucinated Phoenix. He's gonna probably see everything. He's going to see the Hydra den. He's gonna see the Evo chambers, the double Evo chambers. When he sees this and the Roaches, you'll probably know that something like Roach Hydra is incoming. So, probably gonna see a Robotics Bay being planted somewhere down over here. There we go. And I am reading Huk's mind. But yeah, obviously the best response, you want to get those Colossus. When you see something like Roach Hydra incoming, you don't really want to be getting... You don't want to go Immortal heavy against Roach Hydra. 1 or 2 Immortals is fine, but no more than that. So, looks like Huk is going to be clearing these Zelnaga towers. Now, let's see if Dimaga is going to be able to do something about this. Thing is, when you go Roach Hydra, it's more like of a mid-game strategy, but you have to branch out from that. You really want to be getting Ultras and Broodlords in the end against something like a Colossus Stalker Ball, because, I mean, the Ultras are really great because you cannot force field them, and no matter what, if you have enough Ultras, they're going to do great against Colossus and Stalkers. If you just have enough, obviously the first are going to go down pretty fast when they engage, but after that, it's going to be just fine if you have the resources to allocate to getting those upgrades for the Ultras. If you have like 5 armor on the Ultras, you are in a great position no matter what. And looks like Huk is going to be chrono boosting. Is he chrono boosting? No, just getting the normal thermal lance. Does he have looks like he's going to chrono boosting Colossus. No, not chrono boosting anything right now really. And he's moving across with some Stalkers, probably gonna be eliminating these creep tumors. He doesn't want to let Dimaga spread that creep too much. But an Overseer on the way, spawning a Changeling, and well, let's see, is that Changeling going to get noticed by Huk or not? Probably yes. This Overseer getting taken out, and I don't know, I don't even think that Dimaga knows about, nope, he does not know about that. He doesn't know about the Robotics Bay. So he only sees lots of stalkers right now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Huk throw down an additional robotics facility. I'm surprised he hasn't done that by now to get additional Colossus. He supply blocked for a second, but that is going to get fixed very soon as these pylons are almost done. But yep, like I said, Dimaga is taking down some of these creep tumors, and well, come on, take down that creep tumor as well. A little bit of miss micro, I think, over there from Huk. But let's take a look at the army sizes right now. 173 for Dimaga or 146 of Huk. But the thing is, if Huk gets like 2 or 3 more Colossus, it's going to be very, very hard for Dimaga to actually do anything, because Colossus are so good against some sort of Roach Hydra composition. Especially if you throw force fields into the mix, it's really, really hard to do anything against against force fields and Colossus and lots of Stalkers with just Roach Hydra. So I'm surprised to see that Dimaga isn't going for Hive Tech yet. He is getting some Corruptors. Now, these Corruptors are obviously a good choice because they are just going to focus on the Colossus, but with proper micro, they will be going on top of the Stalkers and might be getting shot down quite fast before the Colossus do go down. You need quite a substantial number of Corruptors to actually take down Colossus. If there's like 4 or 5 Colossus, you need a lot of Corruptors to actually take them down. While the Roach Hydra composition is going to work on the gateway units. So looks like Huk is going to be taking a peek over here at the Zelnaga tower, and just going to take a quick look at the upgrades. Okay, missile attacks level 2 on the way for Dimaga. So Huk is sitting on 1-1 right now. He's not getting any other upgrades though. No, he's getting Blink to additional Colossus. Did he get a second robotics facility? Yes, indeed. There we go. A second robotics facility is on the way. And let's take a look at Unit Counting Station. 2 Colossus only right now. 36 Roaches, 16 Corruptors. That's a great number of Corruptors. Not overcommitting to Hydralisk. Obviously, you just want a few Hydras in the back over there dealing the additional damage you want. But you just want to have a lot of Roaches because they're the ones who are going to be tanking most of the damage. They're the ones who are not vulnerable. So vulnerable, at least to the Colossuses. They are armored units, and Hydras are light units, as you can see. Just 80 HP and light biological units. So Hydras really get roasted by those Colossus so fast. Now Huk is expanding all over the place himself, and 4 base versus 4 base. Haven't really seen any real engagement up until now. Seems like both players, like I said, have been macroing up given the spawn locations. Huk is going to be going for the gold as well, but looks like Dimaga is getting ready to go for an attack over here. Let's see if he's going to be going for the skull. And here we go. Dimaga is probably going to go for it. Is he going to go for the gold or this expansion over here? I don't know yet. Let's see. These Corruptors stacking up nicely. And, well, Huk does have Blink right now, so let's see how this is going to play out. 5 Colossus, and this is really a bad position. Actually moving those Colossus out of the way, and that's a lot of Corruptors, though. The Stalkers are too far up in front. They should be focusing down the Corruptors, and that's a lot of Corruptors, though. And Huk's Colossus getting crushed, basically. I think Huk is just going to switch over to High Templar after this. Still a lot of Immortals and Stalkers left. Some force fields going down, and this is a lot of Corruptors, but, I mean, it's not really going to help Dimaga because there's just so many Gateway units left, and, yeah, well, he has a lot of Corruptors. No Hive Tech, though. There we go. Like I said, instant response from Huk going to getting that Templar Archives. Obviously, when you see that there's this many Corruptors out on the field, you don't even want to think about getting Colossus anymore. You're going to stick with your Gateway units. He's probably going to be laying down additional Gateways. There we go. 3 Gateways here. I mean, Warp Gates. And he's probably going to be laying down more. Because when you see this kind of thing, you just want to get those High Templar because the Corruptors are not going to be attacking them anymore. And High Templar are great against Zerg because of that Precise Storm. And there we go, 1 Colossus is still out here. Some force fields going down. These Zealots are getting stuck in the back, though. These Zealots not really making through. There we go, some getting through right now. It's getting a little bit crowded in here, and more force fields going down. Looks like Huk is going to be able to hold this just because Dimaga has so many of these Corruptors, and he's not making anything with these Corruptors. Right now, we see him dropping down an Infestation Pit, and after that, he's probably going to get that Hive. Looks like all these Hydras are going to go down as well. Now, Dimaga is, well, if he's going to get, obviously it's still going to take him a lot of time. He needs to get Hive up, he needs to get the Greater Spire, and all that, during all that time, all these Corruptors are just useless. what he needs right now is just lots of Zerglings and Hydras. I think not Roaches, just Slings and Hydras, and we see him doing just that, getting a lot of Lings, getting a lot of Hydralisks, and well, sending these Corruptors in here as well, just some sort of damage cushion. But Huk is in a great position right now because, well, he's probably, where is that Templar Archives? Where was that being laid down? There we go. And he's getting Psystorm right now. Should have been getting that a little bit sooner. I think Chrono boosting it out as well. Lots of Hydras over here, some Roaches. But, well, Huk has the superior upgrades. No, actually 2-2 for both of them. But weapons level 3 almost done for Huk. Also, when Psystorm is going to be done, that is going to be very, very good for him because, well, right now the thing is Dimaga is holding because there's no Colossus out for Huk, but once those High Templar are going to kick in, well, it's going to be very, very hard because those Psystorms will just decimate the Hydras. They are so good. The Psystorms are incredibly good against Hydras, but the thing is Huk is going to need a lot of gas. There we go. He's warping in additional Stalkers. He needs to get the gas up here to sustain those High Templar. And like I said, he's laying down a lot of additional gateways. He doesn't really want to go for anything like Colossus or Stargate Tech because there's just so many Corruptors right now. That would be stupid. These Corruptors are basically useless. And there's still no Hive on the way for Dimaga. This is so incredibly surprising for me because I don't know if he suspects, but Huk is obviously not going to get anything that is susceptible to damage from these Corruptors. He's just going to stick with gateway units, and that's really not going to be good for Dimaga, especially since you take into account the fact that these Corruptors take up a lot of supply. How many Corruptors is this? Like 18 Corruptors, that's huge amount of supply being taken up. You can't really mass up the army you need, and these Corruptors are basically useless. So, well, let's see. These ults are probably going to go down really fast. Blinking the Stalkers down here. There's a lot of Hydras, though. I don't think Huk is doing the smart thing right now. He needs to be very careful. That wasn't really the best decision over there. Getting Kadarian Amulet, he needs those storms badly. He wants to stay alive with these Stalkers until he gets the storms. There's a lot of units from Dimaga, but I think Huk is going to be able to hold right now. Getting a lot of Zealots. They don't have charge though. He is going to be losing the gold. There we go. Gold going down for Huk. Huk has a lot of gas. He's probably going to be warping in a lot of High Templar as soon as this Kadarian Amulet is done. And well, we see him poking around a little bit more, trying to harass Dimaga. He has a lot of charge slots. He's not... Where is that? He doesn't have a Twilight... He obviously does have a Twilight Council, or you wouldn't be able to have a Templar Archives. He needs to get charge. He really needs that charge. But there we go. Some High Templar getting warped in. A lot of High Templar, actually. And he's just going to be storming, but... oh, and this is exactly what I was talking about. And the Hydra's just getting melted so incredibly fast. But you want to be turning these High Templar into Archons. There we go. And wow, that's incredibly bad. And yes, well, I don't know how Dimaga didn't suspect this one. It was obvious. I mean, I even foretold all this stuff that was going to happen just by taking a look at the game. Obviously, he saw that the Colossus production had stopped. What else would there be coming other than Psystorm? So, yeah, the solution would have been to get the Greater Spire and get a lot of Broodlords in this case. But let's see. Looks like Huk is going to be pushing ahead. Still, he has a lot of High Templar. They're all ready to storm. He has 3 Archons as well. These Corruptors are still useless. They're not going to do anything. And this is such a shame, actually. Dimaga being completely outwitted this game. A lot of storms going down. And Huk is just pushing forward and forward and forward, now morphing in these High Templar into Archons. Archons are so great. They are such a damage buffer. They have so much HP. And the Stalker's going to work on the Roaches. Looks like Dimaga is probably going to lose the gold as well, but he does GG anyway. Wow, what a game. And it was like playing mind games. But I still don't know how Dimaga didn't figure this out. I mean... this is really unusual because it was really predictable, if you ask me. Getting so many Corruptors up, and you see that there's no Colossus coming for such a long time. You know, if there isn't like some sort of Stargate play, you know that there's gonna be High Templar. And yeah, the biggest mistake was the fact that he chose to keep all those Corruptors and not really recycle them into Broodlords. That's really what he should have been doing. He had the gas for it too. I mean, look at the excess of gas that Dimaga had. He got that Infestation Pit ages ago, could have had a Hive and a Greater Spire right now. And I'm pretty sure if he had that kind of number of Broodlords, he'd be fine even against Blinkstalkers. Blinkstalkers are really good against Broodlords, but if you have like 10 or more Broodlords and the Roaches and Hydra stuff like that, well, it's gonna be the Broodlords are really gonna be great. So yeah, interesting game. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I did pass the 700 subscriber mark. When I woke up this morning, I actually saw that one, so I'm pretty happy about that. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I hope you like my casts. Do leave comments and stuff like that. Ask me questions, whatever you want. Yeah, well, I guess that's it for me. And I'll see if I can find any yummy games to be casting other than this one. But I don't really know, because there's these... I tried to cast really good games, you know, so whenever I hear that, you know, hey, there's been this great game out, you know, did you see that game, did you see that game, I'm probably gonna take the replay and cast games like that. I don't really want to cast just a bunch of games, you know, like, so just for the sake of casting them, I want people to enjoy what they see. So yeah, thanks everyone, and thanks to my subscribers, and for all your comments. I've been reading a lot of those comments, a lot of positive comments. I'm really pleased to see that. So yeah, as for everyone else, then do subscribe as well and join my awesome subscriber base and tune into my channel. So youtube.com/exostarcraft, and you'll probably be seeing music videos as well, because, well, I did promise something. Every 100 subscribers I will be posting an additional music video. So yeah, anyways guys, that's it for me. Stay tuned for more videos.